TNA has another great showing on the road. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the very first edition of the TNA Rundown here on the Matt Rundown. And before I get into the show, guys, let me know what you think. Do you like the split show format? Let me know in the comments. So guys, I was really looking forward to TNA this week. You know, after all the BS that had been happening in WWE, I really wanted a change of pace, and I was looking forward to the Full Metal Mayhem match. And when this night started, it definitely had a sort of pay-per-view, big night kind of feel to it. So the starting match of the night was the tag team title match, Chavo and Hernandez versus Austin Aries and Bobby Roode. And the stipulation was that if Chavo and Hernandez lost, they would never be able to team again. Now, I guess it's kind of a warm moment that they got the belts back in Texas, but I have to wonder when they're going to start to do a singles push for them. Hernandez has a certain look, and I think that he could transition easily into the main event realm, especially now that he's not wearing those stupid capri pant, parachute pant kind of things, whatever those are. Am I the only one that's waiting for Abyss to come back? You know, Chris Park, Joseph Park, you know, he's doing the whole Joseph Park angle now. And, you know, that's fine. I think that him and the company wanted a different sort of a change of pace. But I'm really wanting Abyss to come back now. And I definitely have to point out Daniel's I'm a John Byrne Guy t-shirt. Thumbs up if you get both references. You know, when the whole AJ Styles thing that's going on, and they came out and they were trying to recruit him to their cause, and you know, it's going to be interesting to see exactly where that goes, because I don't see him joining Aces and Eights. You know, I kind of am thinking that he's going to stay his own course and just be you know, his own guy, but I'm really curious to see exactly how TNA takes this. And next week on Impact, or I guess it was actually taped last night, is going to be AJ Styles versus James Storm. Should be a good one. So last week on Impact, Bully Ray gave Brooke Hogan a ticket because apparently for her to sit ringside, you know, being Hulk Hogan's daughter and actually working for the company, she needed a ticket. You know, she couldn't just come out and watch. But anyway, we had the Full Metal Mayhem, Jeff Hardy versus Bully Ray. Kind of a throwback match, you know, if you remember back during the Attitude Era, whenever the Hardys and the Dudleys and Edge and Christian, they would have all their tables, ladders, and chairs matches and things like that. It kind of was a throwback to that. And I thought it was a really good match. There were some really cool spots. Jeff Hardy doing the swanton through the table on the outside, and whenever Bully got that hammer, I knew that Jeff Hardy was going to go through through the table because it was just conveniently behind him, so that when he fell off, he'd go right through that. So I knew that's where that was going. And it was a very good match. I thought kind of a predictable ending. I mean, I didn't expect TNA to pull the belt off of Bully Ray so soon. You know, that's kind of the thing that they're concentrating on the most. They're heavily invested in this Aces and Eights storyline, and Bully Ray shocking the Hogans, and you know, it wasn't going to happen this soon. I am happy that it wasn't just all of Aces and Eights coming out and destroying Hardy. That's kind of what I was expecting. Even though Bully Ray told his guys, you know, I'm going to do this on my own, but Taz slips him the hammer and he retains his belt. I did think it was kind of funny, though, how Mike Tenay was saying, oh, it was a crooked announcer and stuff that helped him win the match. But the thing is it's Full Metal Mayhem. There's no DQ, okay? It's a ladder match. He could have just walked out with a hammer. Bully Ray could have, and just used it from the beginning. But it is kind of interesting that Mike Tenay played it out like that. So TNA has been on the road for a few weeks now, and I'm still really enjoying it. I think it's way better than being in the Impact Zone. It makes them seem more big time. Yeah, and I really like that. One thing though is I don't know how what their profits are looking like doing this. If they're actually profiting enough to keep this going. I've thought from the beginning that this would be make or break for TNA. It would either take them to the top or it would bankrupt them. You know, their ratings were not as high up as I think that they were expecting in the beginning. When they come out, we'll see how they are. I'm hoping that it raises them up. You know, for a little while when they were doing this, they would actually advertise. You know, I saw a few TNA advertisements during WWE Raw and things like that, and that's what they need to do. Because let me just point this out for you guys, because I have both companies on my Facebook, and WWE, they had a story about the Dudleys just randomly. This was like a month ago. They had a story about the Dudleys. And I'm looking at the comments, and some of these people, you know, that only watch WWE, like there was this one lady, she said, "Oh, I miss the Dudley Boys. Whatever happened to them?" And it's like a lot of people, they just don't know about TNA. You know what I mean? They only know about WWE and the WWE hype machine, and they just don't know about TNA. So TNA, you need to advertise. You need to get your product to wrestling fans, okay? Because a lot of people just don't know about you. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And, yeah, check out WWE Rundown on Tuesday, TNA Rundown every Friday. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you later.